Yes, ladies and gentlemen, today is the day we dedicate to the old souls and the old school guys.
Old souls! Well, for some of you, our playlist will be right up for your alley, while for others, the conversations may be a little ahead of your time.
Well, if you fall into the latter category, see today as a chance to discover some fire songs from the past. On this note, this is Throwback Thursday on Entertainment Splash! My name is Paladine, guys, and like I always say, welcome aboard.
Yeah, you know, it's Jewel in the Crown, it's your girlfriend next door, it's the hostess with the mostest. My name is Honeypot.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is Royal Innocence Planners. I go by the name King OJ. Well, you can call me OJ. That's what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, what do we have for you guys today? To start off, we will bring you some entertainment stories, as always, then celebrity birthday shout out, and of course, rewind, where we take a look at what happened in this day in history.
On Tweetview, Faladele will bring us some laughs and savagery from social media. Then on Where Are They Now, we will tell you what the Nigerian artists that rode the airwaves back then are up to these days.
Yes, on Chew It Off, we will do some ranting. Then you get a recap of the news. And of course, there will be Daily Top 5, where we'll be talking about another set of 5 songs turning 20 in 2020. Nigerian songs this time, so look forward to that. All right, we'll wrap things up with a guest. And of course, we're sure you haven't seen him in a long time. So I know you're going to be excited about that one for sure.
So now that you know all that we have planned for you, yes, let's begin the show. We will be back in a bit. Some people can sing songs.
Yeah.
Michael Bolton. He had to cut his hair. Now he's spotting his shoulder look. Anyways, yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Right about now, it's time for the entertainment news. We start off with this. Wendy Williams and Kevin Hunter are officially divorced. Yes, talk show host Wendy Williams and her estranged husband, Kevin Hunter, are now officially divorced. According to court documents, the ex-couple will get to share their properties, which they both got as a married couple. The document also states that Wendy will remain the sole owner of a production company, and all of Kevin's shares in the business will be transferred to her. However, she will still pay for Kevin's health insurance and will maintain a $1 million life insurance policy that will go to him in the event of her death. The New Jersey house Wendy and Kevin put up for sale is eventually going to be split equally after it's been sold, while Wendy gets to keep their house in Florida, where her mom resides, and Kevin gets to keep the proceeds from another house he owned and recently sold in New Jersey. Wendy Williams, who shares a son, Kevin Jr., with her now ex-husband, filed for divorce in April 2019 after Kevin Hunter fathered a child out of wedlock with his mistress during their 21 years of marriage.
Yeah.
So right about now, it's officially done and dusted.
I'm happy for her because she filed for divorce, and I'm happy because I know how long the process can take sometimes. At least I've seen cases in Nigeria where it takes so long. So
why though?
I don't know.
Because I think that it can actually be fast. I think it's just a Nigerian thing.
I think our justice system, the way that
sucks.
Court cases go here, it's so annoying. And so to know that this happened in less than a year for them, it's great. I know when we were talking about this story earlier, someone was saying how, oh, I hate divorce and all that, but I'm learning to accept that it's going to be a part of life, and this case is even peculiar. I can't even use my mouth to tell her that she should have stayed, because this wasn't the first time that we were hearing that, you know, her husband was having mistresses and all that.
But you know, one thing came to mind. This is one story that we're very familiar with, like we have heard about it. But just as Ojo was reading it, I was like, but you know, in Nigeria, some people know that their husbands cheat. They're like serial cheaters. Or cheat, and then they still stay.
Yeah.
And some people will tell you that when you leave, you're moving for the side chick to come in, and
come in, no, that's your business.
and it's not only that. Some people would say that. Do you trust all men? Like maybe 99%
the one you're going
of them.
to too.
Do you know? Do you understand? So some people would rather just stay, and what works for you might not work for the other person. What the other person can take, you might not be able to take, and all that. But in the long run, I don't know whether it's still a man's
I think
world.
this is where I have to agree about what you can take is what you can take. There are people who can't stand it and they peace out. There are people who are like, look, don't bring it to me, I'm okay. I know this, like I was saying earlier, this isn't the first time for Wendy, so maybe it was getting too much for her sanity.
Yeah.
And she talks a lot about people's lives. So people are now like, Auntie, you now address
And inside your own family.
So I liked what you just said now, because I understand that she was even taking drugs at some point to help her life. And, you know, they would come to her, the medics would come to her and she'll be like, I'm a very popular person, please do not let this thing get out and all that. So I think she's been dealing with a lot of stuff and she just wants to get this over with.
Yeah.
Did you read about Wendy farting on our show?
Yeah, she was trying to hide it, but it came
But
out.
what is it? Is it not, when I was, see, so
It's another person that does that. Wendy will tear that person apart.
somebody still
Only
did that.
somebody farted in front of you
In
today.
front of me, was making me up and did it and said that.
Wow, you even casted the
Yes,
was making
because I wasn't happy about it. And I had to run. And can you imagine?
Are you trying to figure out who it's
Today?
Yes, so
Okay.
the thing is, when you talk about pollution, air pollution is that too. My personal space is my personal space.
So should she have farted on her show? What do you think? Because the person that
If because I think that this one would have been something that you did not plan. Like, do you understand?
Well,
Like,
the person who was doing your makeup said it wasn't planned.
You know that person is okay, moving on. Oh God, I have suffered today, but God has put an end to it. If you got a good woman, please let her know. That's according to PDD. Music Mongo PDD is urging fans to embrace their loved ones after he shared an emotional tribute to his ex and mother of his children, Kim Potter. He shared a picture of Kim Potter on his IG page with the caption, "If you get a good woman, please let her know. Tell her as soon as you can. Make sure she knows. Make sure she feels it. Honor her, cherish her, because the special ones are rare and few, and everyone doesn't get a second chance. Let the one you love know today, right now. At Lady KP, I'll honor and I would honor you forever." Diddy and Kim Potter's relationship began in the 1990s, and the off and on relationship, which never led to marriage, resulted to the birth of 3 biological children. Kim Potter passed away in November 2018 as a result of pneumonia. May her soul continue to rest in peace. So I saw this yesterday.
Yeah, I saw it as well, yeah. And then I went on her page and I was just stalking.
I wanted to go on her page.
Yeah.
I wonder why I did not. So when I saw the story again today, I'm still going to do it.
Yeah.
I really want to know what the page looks like.
Yeah.
Maybe some people took over afterwards
It's
or
still,
something.
no, it's still the same. I think her last post was in 2018. But obviously there were a lot of reactions in the comment section, as you guys can imagine. But I don't know, because they dated on and off, and then they seemed like they had a cordial thing going because they have children together, so they found a way to make it work. But I'm just like, although I guess maybe it's now he realizes that she was a good woman, but this realization, is it that you're a good woman and I didn't end up
I lost the
wiping
chance.
you?
I lost the chance,
Or is
number
it that
one.
while you were alive, I didn't tell you enough that I appreciate it?
So this came to mind, and I think that it's a thing of, you know, these days, I don't know, I think it's another movement. People are saying that they can be partners without getting married. So I maybe it was a mutual thing that they did not end up getting married. But that thing about, you know, telling somebody you love them, I hope it is not the case of after, you know, dating someone and maybe you now see things, your eyes are now open, then you're now having some regrets, but you don't want to call them regrets. So you're saying that, oh, tell them, let them know that you love them and all that. Or then you start wishing that maybe some things happened.
Yeah.
I think that we should just respect people. Like, we should just respect, whether they are your wife, children, husband, anybody, just respect them. And if you like something about them, do not hesitate, because tomorrow is not promised.
Yeah.
So you like OJ's shirt, tell OJ, even if OJ sucks and will not say thank you, just still say it. OJ, your t-shirt is nice.
But I think that was the point of it. It's maybe it's not even about whether he regrets not marrying her.
But
or
they
whatever.
dragged him.
Yeah?
They dragged him.
They did, of course they dragged
some
him.
really
The comment
loved
section.
it, but some majority dragged him. Like, oh, now after you've been, you were with her, but you were jumping from one woman to the other. Now you've realized your mistake. You're not coming here and before me.
For almost 10 years.
You'd not even married that. You'd not married that one. So what are you doing? What are you
Life is
saying?
very funny, Sha, because we are human beings at the end of the day. So I think that people jump from one person to the other does not really mean that they don't still love the one they love. I'm just saying, not an excuse for people to cheat, but I'm just saying that because we are just human beings.
Angu.
At least I've learned one or two ththings.
But
from
yeah,
what Didi
I
put up,
agree 100%. I appreciate the people in your life, man. No matter what, whether it's for marriage or not, just let them know how you feel. All right, moving on to our final story. Grammy plans special tribute for Nipsey Hussle. Yes, late rapper Nipsey Hussle is expected to be posthumously honored on Sunday during the Grammy Awards ceremony. According to the Recording Academy, he will be honored with a star-studded musical tribute featuring John Legend, Kirk Franklin, DJ Khaled, Meek Mill, Roddy Ricch, and YG. Speaking as regards the tribute, Grammy's executive producer Ken Elrich said, and I quote, "An activist, entrepreneur, and rapper, Nipsey Hussle had a lasting impact on not just his community, but also the culture at large. There is no denying the influence he had, and his legacy will be felt for generations to come. We're honored to bring together this amazing which include Best Rap Performance and Best Rap Song for Racks in the Middle, and of course, Best Rap Song Performance for Hire." 33-year-old Nipsey Hussle, in case you don't know, was shot to death outside his Los Angeles clothing store in March 2019. I think Nipsey Hussle's case is a classic case of, I think the hip-hop culture abroad, they always respected and recognized him, but I think like outside the States, it's a case of like after you passed on, a lot of people are now getting to know you more, and like honestly, the fame has really tripled since his passing, and so it's really nice. It's nice that they're doing this, and
So it's nice, but then again, must it be that until the person passes? I don't know. Maybe we're going to liken it to the case of when you're alive, people are not reaching out to you, and then once you pass, you see people using your pictures and all of those. It still boils down again to like appreciating people, appreciating their craft, even if you don't like their person, but you like what they do. You know, we talk about Burna Boy and we say that, well, his attitude might not be like 100, but then is his craft good? Can you just take his craft away from his attitude and just love his craft for what it is? Saying like
that's a very interesting angle, Sha. I do wonder if he were alive. Of course, I know that if he
would
were
be
alive,
nominated for those 3 categories in the Grammys in the first place.
Yes,
so that he would have been nominated.
Nah.
No, I don't think he would have, and I think the only reason he's being nominated now is because the people listening to his music have
more, more sales.
So that's why he's now considered for it. But
wow.
yeah.
Do we even know what happens when we die? I don't know whether these things cross your mind, but you know, like, does it cross your mind that, as people say, people have different stuff about the dead, like they can see you. Some people say when you're dead, you're dead. So if when you're dead, for instance, and then it's being celebrated, and he cannot feel anything, he cannot see anything. How about that?
True
I don't know whether this is weird,
crazy,
but I'm sorry.
crazy stuff. But I guess it's also good that it's happening, because if it wasn't happening, people would be saying, you're not celebrating black community. So I'm glad that, you know, it's happening.
And I'm looking forward to the performance itself. Yes, he had a song with DJ Khaled and
John Legend.
John Legend before he passed away. Yeah, and of course them, Roddy Ricch, YG, Kirk Franklin.
It's gonna be really epic. I'm gonna stay up for that.
Yeah,
and it's going to be emotional.
Yeah,
I've just signed it out on Sunday. Into
no
Monday.
For you.
There's no sleep.
And
it's the Grammys!
Okay, so I will go into something about it. Oh, wow. All right, guys, so that's the end of the entertainment gist. We are moving swiftly to celebrity birthday shout-outs. So, happy posthumous birthday to American rapper XXX Tentacion. It would have been 22 today.
Yes. Another rapper too that was killed.
And way too early as well.
Yeah, way too early.
Way too early.
Kai.
Anyways.
But
at the peak.
But yeah, come he's the only one celebrating today?
Yeah, other people. like you. And
happy there's one more person celebrating today that we all know. Yes, our director, Buki. It's her birthday today. She stresses us out, but you know, we love her.
Happy birthday, Buki. No wonder you were very happy.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Buki.
Today?
Yes.
Today is the only day Buki said good morning before talking to you. I did not answer, but then I'll now say, good morning, Happy birthday, I love you.
Wow, it's too late.
The only wish I have for you, Buki, is to decamp from that club you call Arsenal and join the champions,
But you
aka
see, Buki
Chelsea.
is such an interesting human being.
Arsenal fan that's always shouting up and down.
She's just so unique like that. Like the things she likes, oh my God.
Yeah.
And she speaks Russian so good.
She does.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Buki.
Happy birthday, books.
Yes,
we
and
turn up, just words.
Yeah, with Arsenal fan, I'll try. Anyways, happy birthday to Buki and everybody celebrating their birthday on this day. Up next is Rewind. Take a look to find out what makes today a memorable day in entertainment history.
Let's rewind. On this day in 1965, the King family show premieres on ABC TV. And in 1983, A-Team with Mr. T premieres on NBC. And on this day in 1986, it was the first induction of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Chuck Berry, James Brown, Ray Charles, Domino, Everly Bross, Buddy Holly, J.L. Lewis, and Elvis Presley were recognized. And that's it on Rewind.
Sir!
Yes, I love it. Oh, good vibes today, guys. I tell you. All right, it is time for your daily dose of laughter. This is Tweetville, where we bring you all the savagery, humor, and craziness social media has to offer in 5 minutes or less. Okay, so but before we do Tweetville, Honeypot and I were just actually having an interesting discussion.
People are talking about
Was that why you were very quiet?
A spill off from the news, like.
No, these are things that we should talk about. I think things that, we go through or comes to mind. These things that come to mind like, on a daily. And so we're talking about near-death experience. And I think that almost everybody...
Because of all the news that we...
Yeah, because we're talking about XXX and Tentacion, and then we're talking about Nipsey Hussle. So have you ever come close to like...
I can't remember.
You can't remember in this life?
I can't remember.
But you're going away. You're just trying not to be sad today.
Because I can remember like 1, 2.
There was one you were telling me about crossing the road. So Honeypot apparently has a phobia for crossing the road.
Yes, I do.
Do you have that?
No.
I don't like crossing the roads because I think that so many people who cross the road and have been, knocked down.
Yeah.
It's not because it's just miscalculation. You know how you think, oh, this car will not get here in time.
It's look left, look right,
look
left, then look up, then.
Look everywhere.
But hers was so funny because she was following one guy. You know, sometimes you don't want to be like. So she was waiting with the guy, and then the guy crossed the maneuvered his own, and she was now in the middle of the road.
Yes, and it was Lagos Ibadan Expressway. You know how dangerous that can be. And trust me, there was no pedestrian bridge, it's that like that open area. So it's not like, because see, I am that person. Even if I am going to be late to work, my darling, I climb the pedestrian bridge. Like when there is life, there is hope. Don't tell me that.
That's how she found herself in the middle of the road. On that note, the savagery has begun because I want to dwell on that matter.
So you cannot cross.
That's where we are going with this thing. She stood there. You know when the car now stops and screeches. Anyway, guys. This is Tweetville, where we bring you savagery, craziness, humor on social media. Let's begin.
She cannot cross.
She cannot cross the road. That's her phobia. I did not know that people had that, so now I know. Right, Chizaram tweeted, if a girl is not feeling you, you can never say anything right. Vala Mugulis, of course, now replied, have you tried? Send me your account number.
You see what you girls have course. You see what you Nigerian girls have course.
I don't agree. I don't like when you guys just say, if a girl, like you generalize on girls. If you tell me, send me your account number, I would not.
Are you sure?
Me, I have tried sending me your account. No, I've not tried.
They've tried it for you?
I have said it to someone before. Yeah, like it's...
To a guy?
Yeah.
To a guy? That you were feeling?
No, the guy was feeling me. I entered my DM. I was like, hey, what's up? And all that. I was like, can I have your number? And I'm like, no. And then I just left it there. And later I said, so I didn't see the remainder of the message. So I just saw, can I have your, I saw a number, send me your, so I said, really, it was working. I said, I thought it was account number. And then he said, is that what you want? And I said, yes.
And what happened? Because
he sent me money.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Somebody I've never seen before in my life. Miracles happen.
No.
Watch and learn.
It was asking for your number.
But I did not see the end of it. And so what came to my mind? Maybe I was thinking about money at that point. And I asked, and it happened.
Girls,
ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened.
So what happened after everything?
So till date, I have not set my eyes.
But did you continue the paro?
So sometimes the guy says hi, and I say hi.
Wow. So see, I like that guy. He wasn't trying to get anything. If it's something you want, I got you.
I told you. I said that I've not seen this kind of person because I thought that it would be trouble like afterwards.
Okay, it's enough. Go away.
The guy is not here, is he?
See, he is here. It is because
Which kind of guy
you know why it is beyond you. It
Why?
overwhelms you because you can't do it.
Forget it!
I love this savagery. You cannot do it, though. Ladies, don't bother. If you want just like your name, his phone number you want to. Moving on. Thumbs Lot's dad tweeted, the way girls post their friends on their birthday, you would think someone has died. And somebody replied, oh, where do I start? Because you know when you be like, oh, where do I start? Oh, my friend of 10 years ago.
I'll be your bridesmaid soon. I will be this.
So I hate the very long episode.
Okay.
Really? So if someone does a long episode for you, you won't appreciate it?
So the thing is that it's not as if I won't appreciate it, but I think that, as we said, every day you should celebrate people, like in beats. So when it comes that day, you see it, you read, you like it, you feel good, but it's not like because it's my birthday or that person just went to look for, some things that will make it sweet so that, sometimes I really love you and I can just do one line. But guess what? You still know that I really, really love you. Like, it doesn't really have to be... Sometimes it's so stressful, all those very long lines, Sha.
Okay, so don't wait
till
people have heard now,
that
one time in the year to do.
Honeypot friends, don't be wasting your time. Just say...
HBD.
In Adi!
In Adi, mama! Moving on. So ChidXGH tweeted, oh my gosh, I love this picture. We've seen this meme before, and it's this little baby looking up. And well, in this case, he's being mischievous. And someone said, primary school sweets die, no stress. Teacher be like, 5 divided by 2. Students, it cannot go. Whereas, this thing finishes me every time I see it. Whereas, just maybe a few classes later, when you enter secondary school,
you shall be flogged.
It cannot go. So what we do about it not being able to go? Point.
I don't know how I think, Sha. But do you know that when I see babies, that I want to envy them? Like, oh, no stress.
Yeah.
And I think that's about the journey they still have to.
What lies ahead?
That's me, that I have gotten through to some extent. I just said, no, face your front.
Don't tell them what's
Do
coming.
not grow. Because what is coming for you?
This life.
You will see.
I'm like, it cannot go. Like,
Okay.
I've tried.
Chinedu, the answer is 3. Oh, say 3. Next time, don't miss it though.
Next one. I think we have 1 or 2 more.
What do we have again? Oh,
right.
God.
So y'all know these seats, right? You guys know this, yeah. And so someone tweeted, the most depressing and uncomfortable chair ever. And someone now replied, my guy, once you see this chair, just know that you're going to waste time at that place.
So
the airport comes to mind.
The airport.
I sat on this chair
Hospital?
on Monday.
Hospital,
and my time was actually
hospital. He went to the hospital, yes.
Wasted.
It was the hospital.
Like I spent
so this chair
hours.
Is
yes.
Okay.
So when I saw this thing online, I said, didn't I just go through this on Monday?
Okay.
And it's legit, it's
Jinxed.
true. Yeah, it's true.
It's so uncomfortable that I don't know how big your butts can be. When you have flesh and you think that the thing will be like cushion, that the thing will be, it's a lie.
Very uncomfortable.
The thing will just be touching your bone. You say, very uncomfortable.
It is very uncomfortable.
What?
And I think airport comes to mind for sure. Nigerian airport.
Everywhere that
everywhere
that they waste time, these chairs always there. Do we have it in this company? We don't waste time in this.
We don't waste. Hey,
we do not have it.
So
we do not have it.
Next time,
please, if
you see this chair at the airport, know that your flight will be delayed.
Or anywhere, just know that they will waste your time.
Please, if you've ever come to CVC to collect something and we wasted your time, even though we don't have this chair, sometimes we have wasted your time. We are sorry.
We're sorry.
Our chairs are really, really comfortable.
Yes.
Nice.
Come visit sometime. All right, we have one more, and this is so you guys know how in when you slice pawpaw, inside you see the black seeds.
Yes.
Well, I guess someone decided to use it as a plate, so he scooped out the seeds and put beans in instead. And so he said, beans and pawpaw for dinner. Greater than, which is like, oh my gosh, best thing ever.
What the hell?
Replied, your social prefect replied, even Obatala will see this sacrifice and shout, God forbid. Then suppose behead you.
It's not only sacrifice, because the thing is that afterwards, you're going to make your problem other people's problems. You're going to be farting up and down.
When you're doing their makeup.
When you're Please.
But what?
Please, because you know already that this can actually make you, like pawpaw can be like laxative, help you go to the toilet, and then at the end of the day, you're mixing it with beans. My God.
What if this person is just being creative? You know, you go to all these places and they will just slice a little bit of theirs. Other chef, they're always experimenting. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Let's serve it in this.
Let me bust your brain. You know, pawpaw can be quite similar to pumpkin in taste, right? Some people put pumpkins in their beans just the way they put yams in their beans for like porridge. So maybe that was the vibe this person was going for.
I'm just saying that. Let it just be your problem alone.
If you're going to be home alone that day,
yes, don't let it be another
somebody that
person's problem.
experimented beans and gari too that is now sweet for
There is
you
now,
people. It's not somebody that experimented beans and yam, bread and beans,
bread and indomie.
all those bread and
What?
indomie.
Because I know that there are people that believe in
Take it back.
bread and noodles. I'm not one of them. I
Are
promise.
you from the francophone countries that they must eat bread with everything? Warn yourself.
Ladies
Yo,
and gentlemen,
I'm done, guys. That's it on today's studio.
Wow.
We'll be back in a bit.
Wow.
Don't go anywhere, guys. Enjoy some music in the meantime.
Yeah, thanks so much for staying here with us. Of course, you know that it's still E-Splash on your TV. It's time for Where Are They Now? Take a look to find out which popular Nigerian artist we are talking about today.
It's Where Are They Now? Terry Madaki, popularly known as Terry the Rap Man, started rapping back in 1991 during his secondary school days. Shortly after, he recorded a demo track which gained him recognition in his then state of residence, Kaduna. He went by the name Terrific at the time, which he later changed to The Rap Man after he hooked up with the group The Croc City Click in 1995. Terry, in the course of his music career, has dropped numerous albums and worked with a number of top artists like Olamide, Scales, Tubaba, and others. Terry the Rap Man collaborated with Ferocious on the track Sample Remix about a decade ago and won the Best Rap Singles at the 2009 Headies. In case you're wondering, Terry the Rap Man is still making music. He collaborated with Ferocious to release the album For the Culture last year. So if you didn't know, now you know where they are now.
This has to be one of the best rap samples in Nigeria.
Yes.
From a song that is titled Sample.
Yeah.
Then you now sampled Stereo Man.
Yes.
And Stereo Man was in the video.
And it worked so well.
Amazing.
It worked
so
really,
well.
really, really well.
Ferocious, Stereo the Rap Man, Mudnai was in
I
the
do
video.
hope that people will take a cue from this when they do sample. I mean, I'm just saying now.
Who are you calling out now?
Ha! Okay.
Okay.
I'm not there, please.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is where half of the fun ends. The other half continues very shortly. Look forward to entertainment news recap, Chew It Up, Daily Top 5, and of course, our guests. See you at 1.
Welcome back to the show. Yes, guys. Yes, we are moving swiftly along. And it is now time to chew it off, where in a minute or less, one of us will vent about what is currently bothering her.
What's your problem?
This caught me unawares.
It caught you unawares.
So I knew, but somehow I forgot along the line.
What's your problem?
What's your life?
So I have actually said one of my problems today, earlier, saying that, farting, and I'm going to add one thing to it. So the thing is, that thing we call air pollution can be many things. So we know that people like to wear fragrances and all that. So, but some people, they bath with the fragrances.
You guys feel them now.
So some people are allergic to certain stuff, or maybe they're pregnant, or it chokes them. So if you think that you are the only one in this world, or your rapture happens and you're now the only person remaining here, you can bath with it. Do anything you like.
Rapture, long.
I don't even know why I've been saying something. So do anything you want to do with your perfume. Perfumes are very nice. You can mix them, you can play with them, you can do all sorts. But the thing is, you have to consider other people, especially when they come with very strong scents. And then, you're not in one small space with someone, and the person starts throwing up because of you. So some people are allergic to certain stuff. For instance, I don't like some air fresheners, and when I do take some taxis, you see that they use some particular there is one that is very cheap. We've known him since time immemorial. So when they use it, I prefer you don't use the AC. Just wind down and let fresh air, and then I tell you to please help me remove because it makes me feel very, very uncomfortable. People don't realize that, but it's a thing actually, and I think that we should respect other people.
Okay, so this is tough.
Yeah.
Because we come here and we say,
use deodorant.
Uncle, stop smelling.
Yes.
Use deodorant. So I think people at home are going to be like,
what do you want
from me in this life? Because there's some people who have to use extra. So I always carry like a bottle around because I sweat a lot, especially when I'm cold, which is so weird. I will talk about that some other time. But so even after you use, you want to use, but I don't like when it's choking as well. There's someone who works here. I'm always teasing him that, wow, even we had a tweet earlier this week. And I was like, someone was like, this man left our office 30 minutes ago, but his perfume is now a staff here.
So there are some nice perfumes. They are very subtle.
But nice is also relative.
It's relative. You might like it, and that person might not like it. So I didn't want to talk about this before because it's a very slim, line between or thin line between.
What I would say about this issue, never be caught on fresh.
Never be caught on fresh.
But don't now be over fresh.
If you know that's what will make you fresh, use it.
Malam perfume.
You can't be freshing with all those kind of things now.
What if that's what you can
Malam perfume, when you said that skinny corn is relative, and then somebody now says that it is the Malam perfume I like, and then now baths with it.
My guy, never be caught on fresh. If that's what you like,
Pardon me for saying bath, but bath with it.
Look, whatever makes you happy, I don't know. It's a tough one because I know what you're saying. I can sometimes even taste it. There's someone here.
I feel queasy. I get into taxis and I feel queasy. Like, I feel uncomfortable from where we are to where we're going to. And God help me if it's a long journey. And then I start feeling like I want to go to the toilet. I want to throw up. I feel so queasy.
Thank you, Lord, for my sense of smell.
So, yeah, OJ, you should sit this one out because you can never smell things. But I feel like, so if it's someone I work closely with, then I can say something that guy, cool down, you smell great. Just reduce. But if it's someone that is like just in transit, like he's going, enjoy, like I'll move away.
People even come to your house to use your deodorant. Yeah. The way they spray that thing, like.
All right, guys. Moving on. It's time for a quick recap of the entertainment news. Yes, here's what we talked about today.
We started with this one. Wendy Williams and Kevin Hunter are officially divorced.
If you got a good woman, please let her know. P. Diddy.
And while she's alive too. Yes, and finally we told you that Grammy plans for special tribute for Nipsey Hussle.
Yes, Throwback Thursday lovers, get online and let us know you're watching the show. We're at TVC Connect with the hashtag eSplash on TVC. We'll be back after this for Daily Top 5. Let's go.
Alrighty, thank you so much for staying here with us. You know that we love you always, and that is the reason we have this special package for you, especially on Thursdays like this. All right, last week we talked about 5 international songs turning 20 in 2020. What a rhyme, 20 in 2020.
Madu.
Wow.
Madu. Today we are going to be focusing on the Nigerian music scene. Let's see if you can believe it. So, the first one we're talking about is
5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Interesting. What? Okay, so Soji, as I said, by Raskim. Who remembers this hit from way back? Soji, Soji, Soji by Raskim was recorded and released in the year 2000 at the peak of Raskin's career while he was a Kenny's music act. Yeah. All right, so now, guys, let's talk about this.
Raskin was that guy.
Yeah.
Was he looking like Usher at one time?
Yes,
I feel like that.
I feel like that.
Yes, I actually.
Yeah.
But I think that another person who was looking like Usher was
Happy.
Which kind?
Oh,
maybe
Deep.
Deep. Yeah, maybe Deep Loki.
Deep. Yeah,
Loki.
and you know that I used to do
Mr. P.
Mr. P only because of this.
but Deep was
too, because of their good.
Mr. P dances.
Deep
guys.
is face.
Mr. P Square. Not
I
rude
know.
boy.
Have you forgotten Deep so fast?
Mr. P has a lot of pictures that he took, the same costume Usher is wearing, and
must have been
that same
an
post.
inspiration.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah.
But
so
today we're talking
Rasky.
about Rasky.
Yes, we are.
All right, yes, moving on swiftly on our daily top 5. Number 2, La 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 Friday by Wale Thompson. Yes, this song went on to birth this popular phrase back then. If you ever wondered about the source of this phrase, this is it. The song La 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 Friday, aka Awade by Wale Thompson, featuring Remedies, was released in the year 2000. And this was a song that is making me remember all those Palito radio. Oh God.
And I think that also, you can't talk about the song without talking about the fact that, I mean, Kenny's music did so much.
They were the first.
Jeez, like
Back
they
then.
were the first. They did so much for artists back then. And of course, this was, Kenny's music was on this one as well. And absolute jam.
Idris.
Yes, so.
Abdul Karim.
Remedies. All right, guys.
Idris is rapping.
People, leave me alone.
Give me some fufu.
Leave me alone. Give me
Juju.
Right, our number 3 song that we are talking about today, turning 20 this year, Ko Below by Lagbaja. Yes, hard to believe this song by Nigerian songwriter and instrumentalist Lagbaja is 20 years old this year because it has stayed so relevant over the years and it was released in the year 2000, in case you're still shocked.
Oh my, you're old, oh. All of you, you're old.
And even till now, when DJs play this song at parties, the crowd still goes wild.
Okay, now
absolute
let's
jam,
move on. Oh my
absolute
gosh,
jam.
like beautiful. Oh, memories. Okay, let's talk about Anyangba Girls by Black Reverends. Okay, Anyangba. Black Reverends was a group formed in the early 90s comprising of Shop 2 and Wesley, and it was the now 20-year-old song that brought them into limelight. The song went on to win the Song of the Year award in the Fame Music Award in 2001.
Yeah.
So,
And and I think they remixed it recently. They featured Lil Cash. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think I saw something like that actually.
And
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, no, you guys should have.
No,
you
don't
should have
waste
just
it.
left
Don't
a
waste
classic
it,
as a classic, not remixing it. And yeah.
so they
Lil
just wanted
Cash.
to try it. You know that some people try that and it will become something beautiful.
Yeah.
But I think that there are some things that are not meant to be diluted in any way. Just leave
Just
it
leave
the
it.
way it is.
Just leave it the way it is.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Dangerous.
So dangerous.
But at that time, they were not acknowledging too, and at the end of the day, people were not coming after them because these days, you put some certain things on YouTube or something, they bring them down instantly
Straight up.
because they say that this is another person's work.
Copyright, yeah.
They're very sensitive to it, even when you say you're just sampling.
If you sample one thing,
Just small line. And I think it's a good reminder of how far we've come, like structure-wise and stuff. So yeah, it's cool.
All right, wrapping up our daily top 5, Mathematics by Sound Sultan. Yes, this song was released in the year 2000. The clever Bodmas formula Sound Sultan used in these lyrics made it much a catchy tune that cut across different audiences, young and old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, accountability. Yeah.
Can't even
Can I even
forget,
still remember
like-
Bodmas? Hey God.
Brackets
of
division,
multiplication, addition, and subtraction.
subtraction.
I went to school. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you, Mommy.
Wow. This was an absolute jam, and I liked it because, like you said, it was something that the young and the old could enjoy because it was giving some sort of education
Yes, true
kind
that,
of
true
thing.
that.
Yeah, so it's nice.
Do we still have songs like that these days?
But
now,
yeah,
what are
so
you
I see
That are educating?
yeah, maybe not
Bese.
not too many, but there are some songs that are actually educated.
Give me one. Give me one.
I am not talking about that. So I am talking about.
I think there's still songs. We still have
There are
songs.
still songs
There's still
now.
people who do like message and conscious stuff. And stuff.
Asha still released a song like but you're not serious. Okay.
Absolute jam.
Absolute. Because you were talking about Asha and you said Asha. There's a 316 car. Like you forgot that. I mean,
Yeah, she taught us about 360.
but
that is
wait,
full degree.
you're just talking about, so is education only mathematics? It could be anything.
Yeah.
So go away.
I think it's fair to say there are still people
Yes.
who put out conscious stuff.
How about
and-
people will teach you how to pronounce words
Okay,
through
ladies.
their songs?
Ladies,
Are there
give
people
me
like that?
I'm not asking for 2. Give me 1.
Okay, I won't give you artists who only do conscious music, but I'll give you artists who have done conscious stuff, yeah?
I want educative songs because Sound Sultan can still go to
Who
primary
have
school
done
and rock this song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, okay, Fouls.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, what song?
Everybody's a hypocrite. And so he talked about her.
Leave me.
What
It's
do
okay.
you want? You want song that tells you 1 + 1 is 2.
Yes.
You're just looking for mathematics, right? That's the only thing you're looking for.
That boy had like political kind of stuff on his African Giant album.
Okay.
He had a couple of those.
Okay.
Totori me one time, Totori me 2 times. Should you want addition and subtraction? Totori me 3 times.
Now, wow,
Maybe
see
that's
what
what
the
you want.
world has
Yeah.
turned into.
That's what OJ wants.
That is how. That is mathematics.
Yeah.
Arithmetic going, no. Sit tight, When we come back, we'll be back with our guests. All right.
Like really? Mess. What?
So that's what you wanted. Welcome back, guys, and it is still the throwback edition of the show. And like you guys already must know by now, we try to keep Thursdays about the legends and the guys from way back that have been doing it for time. And today will be no different. Yes, guys, in the 90s, Nigerians were blessed with back-to-back hits from some of Ajegula's finest. Yes, they were in control of the kinds of music that ruled the Nigerian music scene and even the dances we did as well. One of such people is our guest today. Dancehall musician Marvelous Benji is in the studio! Where is he? Hey! We have to dance with.
I can't let go.
You are such a vampire. Because this vampire
like, you didn't bring me here to abuse me.
yeah, because you see, I saw you some years ago, like some
Okay.
3 years
Yes,
ago, was it?
about 2 or 3,
or
yeah.
two and a half years ago. You came here with
Oh,
the
same about
Daddy
you,
and like and all that, and then seeing you again today, like some people, you don't have fats in your body. What?
Well, it's natural with me. The size of my body, even if I like I chop, well, I never know. Maybe after now, obviously things can, changes can come in. The only thing that is constant is change.
Do you actively try to keep fit?
I still play football.
Okay.
Oh.
I still play football, but I don't want to go sign for football club. Just to keep fit, And I do a lot of walking. I walk a lot, even if I have to.
What kind of work?
Walking.
Oh,
yeah.
walking. Okay.
I do a lot of walking. I just enjoy it, And what else? I don't eat much. I don't really eat much like that. I eat a lot of fruits and stuff like that.
Oh yeah! Wow! Give us some hot tips.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Welcome
Mama.
to the show. I really love that you can still move like that because it used to be such a thing in our house. Like if you had to get that routine right, the galala to the
Makusa,
Makusa to the, and I wonder what you think about how the Nigerian music industry, the dance industry rather, in Nigeria has evolved over time. We've had Beku, we've had Bese, we've had Zanku, exactly, Shaku, all of them.
Bobo.
Yes. So what do you think about the evolution of our dance industry?
Well, it shows. It goes far to show how the industry is, improving and developing. It's a welcome idea. I think dance is something that has to do with our culture, our tradition, and our lifestyle. Especially for where I come from. I'm from Niger Delta. Our people do a lot of dance. And so it's a dance-oriented community. I also come from Ajegule. So to see the dance steps evolve from it's just natural. If I was to be told that other dances will come after the ones we did, it probably might be just like I felt when I didn't even know that our dance, the sword dance, was going to push.
So I was going to actually talk about that. You know how you just came with a new dance and it was swore, you introduced it and it became a thing. So, that time when I interviewed you, you talked about having works, in the pipeline and all that. And, I was thinking that even if you're going to do something now, you're going to come with your own dance style. Do you think that, are you going to, let me even ask that question, like if you have to do a new song right now, it's coming with a new...
If it has to be about a dance?
Yeah.
Well, because when I had that dance, I didn't plan to do a song that has to do with dance. It just came up. So maybe it also can just come up. Now, unlike before, now, the improvement of technology and everything, the industry, you can premeditate to come up with a new dance and, you just put your arts together and put in the right technique and stuff like that, and you can come up with something like that. But then, it just came up like that, and it just went that way.
Just worked.
I probably might not have to do a song about dance. I just don't know. Yeah. So.
Okay. We can have an OG in the building. I'd love to ask this question. You've been doing music since then, even up till now. Do you like what you see so far in the Nigerian music scene?
Fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic. don't be surprised, Burna Boy can pick up the Grammy.
The
Award.
Grammy. This Sunday.
It's on Sunday.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's on Sunday. We're
Let's
definitely
have
going to be
more of this
watching.
conversation. So you said fantastic. I'm so happy about that to hear that. Why do you think it's fantastic?
Well, you can see that we're getting closer to where we intend to be as an industry. In the diaspora, even in the Western countries, they are also looking into the African market. And when you talk about music in Africa, you talk about Nigeria. You know, so it is good it's good to sell out our country, the image of the country. You know, and it covers a lot of the negative side of the country.
Yeah, true.
So what they are doing now is really welcoming. For us, it gives us the challenge to step up and try to move closer to trend and stuff like that. So it is very welcoming. I'm enjoying it. You know, I dance a lot. These new songs that are coming up.
Yeah, so you dance, you can do Zanku, you can do Teshimole, you can do
I'm
all.
telling you.
Which one can you do?
Virtually all of them.
Okay, so let's test out this theory.
Teshimole.
Because I know you
No,
just
that
came to chill
Teshimole
today.
on.
I know that one is a full
That
thing,
Teshimole on. Wait, where did they jump?
DJ,
I never learned that one. I never learned
but- the
that
one that you have mastered will do it. DJ, bless us with new dance again. Let's do this. thing.
Is he going to go with it?
Yes, now.
We have to make it go with it. So whichever one you can do, I can't do this one.
Hella. Yeah, now.
And I got allow.
Zanku.
Over to Dagba, beg. That is Teshimole.
He said Baba to Dagba beg. Like, I'm too old for this. But
Still on that conversation
Yeah,
before
yeah.
you chip in. So who are those guys that you're feeling right
that
about
you
now?
really like.
You see, something because I'm in a position that does not give me the privilege to criticize or to analyze, you know, because I'm an artist. I think I'm enjoying everything that's going on now. I'm enjoying Burna Boy. I'm enjoying Naira Marley. I'm also enjoying what's his name, Zlatan. You know, but I love whiskey a lot. You know, I love whiskey a lot.
I wonder what conversation you have or what you say when you see like new stuff come on and then you are watching, you're just in your living room, like a typical you in your living room, and then you just see this new song by Zlatan or Naira Marley. What comes to mind? What do you say?
I try to see how I can learn from it, what I can get from it, the content, how I can, because I try as much as possible to move with trend. I try to be relevant with my style of singing. So you don't expect me to sing the way I was singing like 10 years ago. Obviously it's different, but from the last song I did with Sound Sultan, it is clear that
I love that song.
I'm stepping up my game, you know, as much as I'm going over, you know. So
I like that.
I really like it because, you know, involvement is just like the thing for everybody. Everybody should move. Because, and you don't hear people say this all the time, especially when they're old. They just want to say that. They just don't want to.
To have been doing this and then to be able to say that you're picking up stuff from the new guys.
Yes.
I think that's fantastic, and that's fantastic humility right there. I wanted to ask you, we talked about, I think she just talked about Naira Marley and Zlatan and all that, and I'm sure you know the whole thing about Naira Marley and the whole EFCC drama and the Malians thing. So I wonder, because we talk about artists being role models, I wonder how much of an artist's life do you think should influence their fans' lives? And I ask this because some of them are like, I didn't ask to be a role model, I just happened to be big, and you know, you guys are following me and I didn't ask for that. Yeah. So I just wonder, I don't know if you can find a way to just piece all that I've just said together.
Well, sometimes these things can be premeditated, like I said. You know, it can be as a strategy to market their content and market their brand. You know, sometimes it can be real. You know, the industry itself is a make-believe industry. I'm not saying that it came up with the story or to market its brand, but it is very possible. You know, but for the fans, what is more important is for the artist to achieve is objective and it's...
I'm sorry, let me ask that better. Yeah?
Okay.
Do you think that the artist has a duty to live their life in a way that the fans can
follow? People are looking up to you.
Exactly. Because you're a role model to people. Is there an onus on you? Is there a responsibility to live your life in a perfect, you know, upright manner?
Well, it's a personal thing.
Okay.
For me, I always want to be someone that people can look up to. So I always put that at the back of my mind. I think it's very important for my dignity, for my personality, and because of this, I try to be positive when I want to do my songs. Positively impact on the lives of the younger generation.
Okay. So I was reading.
It might be different from some other artists.
Sure.
Yeah, so.
I was reading an article about you, and so you were quoted to have said that you have gone back to school, education, and then other businesses and that.
And family, especially.
And family.
Exactly.
So you want to actually,
shed more light on
shed more light on
But I
that.
think,
Well,
but before you do that, we have to quickly do a commercial break, and then we'll be back to talk some
Money
more.
is important.
Okay.
Yes.
The world go around. Wow, thank you so much, guys, for staying here with us. Of course, we've been speaking with the marvelous Benji, and we still have him in the studio. We've been having some very interesting talks too, off air, but then we're going to try to include you and bring them in air. On air. All right. Okay, so we're talking about your daughter, and I asked you the question, like,
Destiny, wherever you are. Destiny, the yell.
So I asked you about education, about other businesses, and then family. And you're just so proud to tell us that you have a 17-year-old daughter who's on her way to the university, and how you talk to her these days, especially with the fact that, children these days, they want to be Malians, they want to like all the things going on, they are glued to the internet and all of those. So tell us, how are you being a good dad right there?
Well, like I said, it's always an individual thing, But for me, the way I bring up my kids, in relationship to the Malians, whatever we're talking about. But you see, I try to give them the leverage and the freedom to have a quality understanding of the difference between the good, the bad, and of course the ugly side of life. And because of that, I bring up my kids in a way that there's freedom, there's good quality relationship. From the day my daughter begins to hide anything from me, I think I failed. And because of this reason, before she was 8, I've always given her the total responsibility to make decisions on her own. But I'm there to give her advice, and the choice is hers. If she wants to do this, and she gives me, she asks for advice, I prefer that than for her to be doing it behind. So I just give her advice, and she has the choice. In life we need options. When there are no options, you probably might end up doing whatever you have in your mind. Right. So she has options with me as a father to advise, but the decision solely lies on her. Except, of course, it's something that I struggle with, and if she can give me a good reason, because sometimes we probably might not be right. Yeah. These kids these days, they know a lot of things. They are in this new world. So if she can give me a good reason, I can say, okay, well, by the end, you have it in the back of your mind that they told you. And
it has consequences.
My daughter is a big girl, fine big girl.
So because of time, I know that we have to talk about what's happening now with you. So go on,
so it be like that,
Okay, let's talk about what Marvelous Benji is up to these days, music-wise.
These days, we don't the old now, so we probably might not have to, so anything that's happening to me now is not new to any artist that have been before, and, it's that's the change of time and everything like that, There used to be a time I was like everywhere.
In charge.
And after all these boys
take over.
That is not to say that we're not still relevant. Unlike in the Western community, like even American artists like me, Agustin,
they cash out.
The industry itself, I'm not putting the blame on the industry, but I think the industry can do more by having a quality blend between the old and the new sort of artists.
But
some promoters.
How?
Well, like for example, when some promoters do that and they call it throwback shows. Rugged Man did it, and some other guys used to do it. So they have a way they can spice up their event with the old and the new, to bring together. So if we have that platform, I don't think artists like us will be people will be looking for us.
So Marvelous Benji, when you say the industry, because I would believe that the people are the industry.
The entertainment industry.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like the industry
Especially
is
the
not like an
promoters.
organization that is just there like industry. As you say, we are Nigerians and then we are government.
Okay.
So, you know, so I think that the the individual would have to like get up and say, let me do something with you and all that. And then it continues like that. Another person sees it, likes it, and it continues. And
Like not just waiting for it to come to you,
because
going
the
up and-
industry is not... Maybe the industry is like...
Well, it's very common for artists of our generation to be seen as artists that maybe they cannot match up with the trend. You understand? It's always a problem. Most of these young artists, and sometimes I have discussion with some of them, and I feel like what they look at us like is as we don't have the capacity to meet up with the trend. And I don't blame them. It is because a lot of us still sound like we used to sound like 10 years ago. It's not a problem. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not criticizing it. But personally, I always try to move with trend.
I think we definitely have to bring you back because there's so much to talk about.
When I say the industry, I really mean that the promoters.
Okay.
The promoters should always remember that these are the artists that laid the bed for the younger artists to come up. So,
interesting. Thank you so much, my developer.
now you are go thank pass. Well, I like your voice, go on, and you too, and Paula, you know, and you guys, you know.
We'll definitely look out for more music from you, Marvelous Benji.
Always a pleasure to be with you guys.
Thank you very much for coming. Ladies and gentlemen,
God bless you
Throwback
guys,
Thursday is done and dusted.
Already?
Yes, sir.
Let's
Not
go.
finished.
My name is OJ. My name is Onipot. My name is Paula Dele. And of course, we had Marvelous Benji in the building.